right, so we're going to be doing a deep dive into the upcoming Fantastic Four First Steps film.
Okay.
And, superhero movies, they're everywhere these days, right?
Yeah.
But this one is generating serious buzz.
It really is.
Like, even before filming is finished.
Mm-hmm.
So why all the hype?
Yeah.
Well, you sent over a stack of articles and info, and we've been going through it all, trying to find the most interesting things for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating how much is out there already, and people are just eating it up.
Yeah, and it's not just another superhero flick, right?
Right.
There's a lot riding on this to finally get the Fantastic Four right on the big screen, and they're making some bold choices right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like they're skipping the whole origin story.
Yeah. No
radioactive spider bite, no gamma rays, no backstory.
So you're just jumping right in. What do you think that tells us?
It shows a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
That they're not treating this like some niche property that needs explaining.
Right. They're positioning the Fantastic Four as like heavy hitters in the MCU.
Yeah.
And they're ready to jump right into the action. Yeah. It's almost like saying, hey, you know the basics. Let's get to the good stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now get this. The movie is set in a retro-futuristic version of the 1960s.
Okay.
Inspired by those early comics and that whole like space race era.
Yeah.
Imagine the Fantastic Car cruising past a drive-in playing Dr. No.
Wow.
Like it's such a unique aesthetic.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this in the MCU before.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going for with this period setting?
Period superhero stories are pretty rare.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's risky, but here I think it's a really smart move.
Okay.
Visually, it immediately sets this film apart from all the other stuff in the MCU.
Ah.
Gives it a real distinct look and feel.
Yeah.
And thematically, it taps into like that optimism and sense of wonder that defined, those early Fantastic Four comics.
Right.
And the space race itself.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now let's talk casting because they've assembled an all-star team.
They really have.
First up, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Fantastic himself.
Mr. Fantastic.
Like, Marvel snagged one of the hottest actors working right now.
Yeah, securing Pascal was a major win.
Right.
I mean, he's got that charm and intensity.
Yeah.
And he's so good at playing both, like, brilliant and slightly awkward characters.
Yeah.
Perfect for Mr. Fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But it goes beyond just finding a talented actor.
Nope.
This casting signals that Marvel is serious about making the Fantastic Four a major force in the MCU.
Okay.
Pascal's star power brings in a wider audience, and it could mean that they're setting him up for a significant multi-film arc.
Oh, I am here for a Mr. Fantastic saga.
Right.
And speaking of strong characters, Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm.
Okay.
The Invisible Woman.
Right.
And she's known for playing some really powerful women. So hopefully we'll finally see a Sue Storm who isn't just the damsel in distress.
Right.
What are your thoughts on her casting?
I am excited to see what Kirby brings to the role.
Yeah.
Sue Storm has often been kind of sidelined in previous adaptations.
Right.
But Kirby has the presence and the talent to make her a truly compelling character.
Yeah.
She could finally get the depth and agency that she deserves.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Joseph Quinn.
Okay.
Fresh off his breakout role in Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
Playing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch.
Right.
Can you imagine the energy he's going to bring?
Oh, yeah.
I can practically feel the heat already.
Perfect casting.
Yeah.
He's got that youthful energy
Yeah.
and that hint of rebelliousness.
Yes.
That just makes Johnny Storm such a fun character.
Right.
Plus, he's shown he can handle both the comedic and dramatic sides of a role.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
And last but definitely not least,
Right.
Ibn Moss Bachrach is playing Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Yep.
This one caught my eye because Marvel was very intentional about casting a Jewish actor.
Yeah.
To align with the character's background in the comics, that feels like a powerful statement.
Absolutely. Representation matters.
Yeah.
It's about time we see authentic casting choices
Yeah.
that reflect the diversity of these characters.
Right.
And Moss Bachrach is such a talented actor,
Yeah.
known for bringing humor and heart to his roles.
Yeah.
So imagine him balancing the Thing's gruff exterior with the internal struggle of being trapped in this rocky form.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And they're going full CGI for the Thing this time.
Wow.
No prosthetics.
Okay.
What kind of challenges do you think come with creating a believable, emotive character entirely through CGI?
Creating a CGI character that feels real and emotionally resonant is a huge challenge. It requires incredible attention to detail, not just in the visual effects, but also in the performance capture and the animation.
You know, they have to capture Moss Bacharach's physicality and his facial expressions perfectly to make the thing feel like a living, breathing character.
So they're really pushing the boundaries of special effects with this film.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got this amazing cast.
Yeah.
But who are they going up against? Let's talk villains.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, the big bad is none other than Galactus.
Galactus. Oh, wow.
A cosmic entity who literally devours planets for sustenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking world-ending threat here.
World-ending threat.
And I read that they're actually using the Galactus design from the video game Fortnite as inspiration.
Oh, really?
What do you make of that?
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
That particular design is striking and intimidating.
Right.
Which fits the bill for a cosmic entity like Galactus. It might feel kind of unexpected, but, you know, you got to remember Marvel is brilliant at appealing to a broad audience.
Yeah.
This could be a way to draw in younger fans familiar with Fortnite.
While also staying true to the awe-inspiring nature of the character.
Okay, so we've got the Planet Eater himself.
Yeah.
But Galactus rarely travels alone.
That's true.
He has a herald who scouts out suitable planets. And in this film, it's the Silver Surfer.
Right.
But what's fascinating is that Julia Garner is playing the character.
Okay.
Traditionally, the Silver Surfer is male.
Yeah.
So this gender swap definitely raises some eyebrows.
It's definitely a bold choice.
Yeah.
It shows that they're willing to shake things up and reimagine these characters for a modern audience.
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder, what does this mean for the Silver Surfer's role in the film?
Right.
You know, it could be more than just a simple herald role.
Right.
Knowing Garner's talent, they could be setting her up for a much more complex and impactful character arc.
Ooh. I'm intrigued. And then there's another, perhaps unexpected villain making an appearance early in the film, Mole Man.
Mole Man.
Now, for those who aren't comic book aficionados, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And why should we care?
Mole Man is a classic Fantastic Four villain.
Okay.
Often underestimated, but surprisingly dangerous.
Right.
He rules over Subterranea.
Okay.
This underground kingdom full of strange creatures.
Oh, wow.
He's got this retro vibe that fits perfectly with the 1960s setting.
Right.
But what's really interesting is his potential connection to the larger MCU.
Okay.
There are rumors of the Serpent Society appearing in the Thunderbolts film, and they have ties to Subterranea in the comics.
So Mole Man could be a link between the Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts. Okay, this is getting good.
Yeah.
Now, are you ready for the biggest surprise of all? This one blew my mind.
Hit me with it.
Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU, but not as Iron Man.
Whoa.
He's going to be playing Dr. Doom.
Oh, wow.
He's not in this film directly.
Okay.
But he will be showing up in the next two Avengers films.
Gotcha.
And the rumor mill is churning that he has a post-credit scene in First Steps, setting the stage for his arrival.
That's huge. Downey Jr. back in the MCU. Yeah.
But as a villain?
I know.
This is more than just a clever casting choice.
Right.
Dr. Doom is one of the most iconic and complex villains in Marvel history.
Yeah.
His ambitions often extend far beyond world domination.
Right.
We're talking multiversal threats, manipulations of reality. He's a game changer.
And to have Robert Downey Jr. bring that gravitas to the role, it's going to send fans into a frenzy.
Absolutely.
This isn't just a fun cameo.
Right.
It's setting up something massive.
Yeah.
We're talking the potential for a multi-film arc that could reshape the MCU as we know it.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, what kind of Dr. Doom are we going to see?
Right.
Will he be that Machiavellian schemer from the comics?
Yeah.
Or are they going to put a whole new spin on the character?
Right.
This is just the tip of the iceberg, and I can't wait to see what they do with it.
Okay, I am officially hyped.
Yeah.
So we've got this retro futuristic setting.
Right.
Incredible cast. Planet-eating villains.
And the return of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Marvel's pulling out all the stops for this one.
Yeah, they are not holding back.
But there's so much more to unpack.
Oh, yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
We'll be back in a snap to delve into the visual style, the director's vision, and what this all means for the future of the MCU.
Sounds good.
Buckle up.
I'm ready.
Okay. So we're back.
All right.
And ready to dive deeper into the world of the Fantastic Four. First steps.
Yeah.
We've talked about the amazing cast.
Right.
Those mind-blowing villains.
Yeah.
But what about the look of the film?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a 1960s retro-futuristic aesthetic.
Right.
It's something we haven't really seen in the MCU before.
Right. And it's not just any 60s vibe.
Yeah.
Think Sid Mead.
Oh, wow. Sid Mead.
Yeah.
He's the visionary behind, like, Blade Runner and Tron.
Yeah, he's the man.
His designs are so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
All those sleek lines and chrome and that optimistic vision of the future. What do you think that's going to look like when it's applied to the Fantastic Four's powers?
Okay, so picture this Mr. Fantastic stretching.
Yeah.
But with this psychedelic, almost liquid metal look.
Okay.
Like something out of a 60s sci-fi paperback.
Interesting.
Human Torch blazing through the sky.
Yeah.
With these vapor trails that have this almost neon glow.
Yeah.
The Invisible Woman's force fields, maybe they shimmer with this retro energy effect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For the Thing?
Right.
He's entirely CGI now.
Yeah.
Not a prosthetic in sight.
No.
Imagine him lumbering through these retro-futuristic cityscapes.
Oh, yeah.
This walking monument of cracked, otherworldly stone.
That's going to be something.
It's a visual feast waiting to happen.
Spectacular.
And don't forget, the film is also drawing inspiration from the space race.
Right.
That era of bold exploration and boundless optimism.
Yeah, that really resonates with the Fantastic Four's whole spirit of adventure and scientific discovery.
Okay, I'm getting this image of the Baxter Building, like their headquarters.
Yeah.
But it's like this cross between a NASA launch pad and a 1960s World's Fair exhibit.
Oh, I love it.
All gleaming chrome and futuristic gadgets.
Exactly. It's this perfect blend of the familiar and the strange, the retro and the futuristic.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant way to capture the essence of those early Fantastic Four comics. You know, they were born in that era.
Yeah.
They perfectly captured the spirit of the time.
Right.
That sense of wonder and possibility, like anything was achievable.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Speaking of capturing the essence, let's talk about the director, Matt Shakman.
Okay.
He's coming off the success of WandaVision.
Oh, yeah.
Which was so unique and mind-bending.
Yeah, he did a great job with that.
What do you think he's going to bring to the Fantastic Four?
Shakman has this incredible ability to blend genres and tones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he can handle big, spectacular action. Yeah. But he's also great at character development and emotional nuance.
Yeah.
And that's crucial for the Fantastic Four because at their core, they're not just superheroes.
Right.
They're a family.
That's a great point. They're family dynamic, the loyalty, but also the conflicts that come with being a family that's always been at the heart of their story.
Exactly. And I think Shakman gets that.
Yeah.
He's said he wants to explore those relationships, you know, to dig deeper into what makes this family tick, both as individuals and as a unit.
Okay.
So we can expect some really heartfelt moments amid all the cosmic action.
Okay. I'm already feeling a bit emotional.
Yeah.
So we've got the visuals. We've got the director's vision.
Right.
But how does this all fit into the bigger picture of the MCU?
Yeah.
Where do the Fantastic Four stand in this ever-expanding universe?
That's the million-dollar question. Remember the title, First Steps?
Yeah.
It hints at a beginning.
Right.
At a beginning of what exactly?
Ooh, that's a good point. It could be the beginning of the Fantastic Four story in the MCU.
Yeah.
But it could also be the start of something much larger.
Really?
So that ripples across the entire universe.
Well, with Dr. Doom waiting in the wings, we know things are going to get complicated.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a villain who sits on the sidelines.
Right.
He's got plans, big plans, that often involve reshaping reality itself.
So the Fantastic Four, fresh on the scene, could be thrust into a battle for the fate of the multiverse.
It's a possibility.
That's quite a jump from cruising around in a flying car.
It is. But think about it.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four, they're explorers. Scientists, pioneers.
Yeah.
They're the ones who venture into the unknown.
Right.
And bring back knowledge of new worlds.
Yeah.
New dimensions, new threats.
So they're like the advanced scouts for the rest of the MCU.
Exactly.
Pushing the boundaries of what's possible and encountering things that could impact everyone.
Precisely. Maybe they discover some ancient artifact. Yeah. Or stumble upon some cosmic anomaly that directly ties into the events of Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars.
Right.
You know, they could be the key to unlocking the next chapter of the MCU.
Okay. My mind is officially blown.
Yeah.
We're talking multiversal stakes here.
We are.
This isn't just about the Fantastic Four's origin story.
Right.
It's about the origins of a whole new era for the MCU. Maybe even a darker and more dangerous one.
And that's the brilliance of Marvel's approach.
Yeah.
You know, they can tell a contained story that's both familiar and fresh, while also laying the groundwork for something much grander.
Yeah.
Something that will have repercussions across the entire universe.
Yeah.
They're playing the long game. And it's paying off.
So you're saying first steps might not just be about the Fantastic Four taking their first steps.
Right.
But about the MCU itself taking its first steps towards a new, potentially terrifying future.
Exactly.
You know.
And who knows what role the Fantastic Four will play in shaping that future.
All right. So we've talked about the visuals. We've talked about the director.
Right.
And the potential impact on the MCU.
Yeah.
But there's one thing we haven't really touched on yet.
Yeah.
The tone of the film.
Okay.
We know it's set in the 1960s.
Yeah.
But what kind of vibe are they going for?
Right.
Is it going to be serious and dramatic or lighthearted and fun?
Well, based on what we've seen and heard, I'd say it's going to be a blend of both.
Okay.
Remember those pre-filming scenes that were leaked?
Yeah. Sure.
The astronaut training, the dating game show with The Thing.
Oh, yeah. And that hilarious kids' science show.
Right.
Hosted by Reed Richards.
Exactly. Those scenes suggest a playful, self-aware sense of humor.
Right.
You know, not afraid to have fun with the material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're dealing with some pretty heavy concepts.
They are.
Family dynamics, loss, the weight of responsibility.
Right.
And, oh yeah, a planet-eating cosmic entity.
Right. And Shackman has shown he can balance humor and heart.
Right.
WandaVision had some truly hilarious moments, but it also dealt with grief loss and the nature of reality.
So we might get some laughs.
Yeah.
But also some moments that make us think.
Yeah.
That tug at our heartstrings, maybe even a few tears.
Definitely.
And that's what makes the Fantastic Four so compelling. They're relatable.
Yeah.
They make mistakes.
Right.
They face internal and external conflicts. But they always come together as a family.
Yeah.
To overcome whatever comes their way.
That's right.
Okay, now I'm feeling all the feels.
Yeah.
It sounds like this film is going to have a lot of depth.
I think so, too.
Both emotionally and thematically.
Yeah, they're not just throwing these characters on screen for a quick action flick.
Yeah.
They're crafting a story with heart, humor, and a sense of wonder.
And with all the connections to the larger MCU, it
it
sounds like this film is just the beginning of something much bigger. Like, we're watching the first domino fall.
Right.
And we have no idea what kind of chain reaction it's going to set off.
That's a great analogy. And that's what makes this so exciting.
Yeah.
You know, we're on the cusp of a new era for the MCU. And the Fantastic Four, First Steps, is leading the charge.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But before we wrap up,
there's
one character we haven't talked about in detail. The Silver Surfer.
Okay.
He's usually tied to Galactus. But could he have a bigger role to play? What are your thoughts?
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
Remember, Julia Garner is playing the character.
Right.
And she's known for her incredible range and intensity.
Yeah.
This could be more than just a simple herald role.
You're thinking she could have a more complex arc.
Yeah.
Maybe even a connection with the Fantastic Four that goes beyond her service to Galactus.
Exactly.
Okay.
What if she starts to question her loyalty to Galactus?
Okay.
What if she sees the good in humanity?
Yeah.
Through her interactions with the Fantastic Four.
Ooh, that would be interesting. A morally ambiguous character.
Yeah.
Wrestling with her conscience.
Right.
Torn between her duty and her newfound empathy. I could totally see Julia Garner delivering a powerful performance like that.
Absolutely.
And it could set the stage for some interesting developments in future films.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she becomes an ally to the Fantastic Four. Or maybe she even turns against Galactus.
Right.
And becomes a force for good in the universe.
It's possible.
Okay, now we're cooking.
Yeah.
And we haven't even touched on the potential impact of Mole Man.
Right.
And his connection to Subterranean.
Yeah.
We were talking about those Serpent Society rumors earlier.
Right. What if Mole Man plays a role in their origin story?
Yeah.
What if he's the one who provides them with the resources or the technology they need to become a threat?
So this seemingly minor villain could be the link between the Fantastic Four, the Serpent Society, and maybe even the Thunderbolts.
It's definitely a possibility.
Wow.
And it shows how even the smallest details in this film could have major implications for the future of the MCU.
Okay, so we've got a film that's simultaneously a retro-futuristic superhero adventure, a family drama, a cosmic horror story.
It's a lot.
And a key piece of the larger MCU puzzle.
It is.
It's a lot to juggle.
It is, but I have faith in Shackman and the team at Marvel Studios.
Right.
They've proven they can handle complex storylines and deliver satisfying cinematic experiences.
Well, one thing's for sure, the Fantastic Four, First Steps, is going to be a movie we're talking about for a long time.
I agree.
It's not just a superhero film, it's a launching pad for a whole new chapter in the MCU.
It is.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's circle back to the here and now.
Okay.
There's still one big question we need to answer.
And what's that?
How does this all connect back to you?
Yeah, we've been exploring all these exciting details about the film, the casting, the villains, the visual style, but what really matters is how this connects with you as a viewer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's bring it back down to earth for a minute.
Okay.
We've talked about how First Steps might be the start of something huge in the MCU.
Right.
But what about the personal stakes?
Yeah.
What about the themes and ideas that resonate on a human level?
That's where the Fantastic Four really shines. Yeah. At their core, they're a family dealing with extraordinary circumstances.
Right.
Imagine the emotional impact of suddenly gaining superpowers.
Yeah.
The fear, the excitement, the sense of responsibility.
Right.
And then there's the strain it puts on their relationships.
Yeah.
The conflicts, the sacrifices.
Yeah. And it's not just about their internal struggles. They're also facing external threats, villains who want to exploit their powers or destroy everything they hold dear.
Yeah, that's a lot to handle.
It's about finding strength in each other.
Right.
Learning to trust and rely on one another, even when the odds seem insurmountable.
Exactly. It's about the power of family, the bonds that unite us even in the face of adversity.
Right.
And I think that's a message that resonates with everyone.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you're a diehard comic book fan or just someone looking for a great story.
So even though this film is packed with action and special effects, it's also a story about human connection.
Yeah.
About the things that matter most in life.
That's right.
It's about finding your place in the world, even when that world is turned upside down by cosmic forces.
Exactly. And think about the historical context.
Okay.
The 1960s was a time of immense social and political change.
Yeah.
The Civil Rights Movement, the Cold War, the space race.
Yeah.
It was a time when people were questioning everything, pushing boundaries and fighting for a better future.
So the film could be a reflection of that turbulent era, exploring themes of social justice, responsibility, and the consequences of scientific progress.
It's definitely a possibility.
Right.
And it adds another layer of depth and complexity to the story.
Yeah.
It's not just about superheroes fighting villains. It's about the choices we make, the challenges we face, and the values we fight for.
So to bring it all back to you,
this
film offers something for everyone.
I think so.
If you're a Marvel fan, you'll get all the epic action and interconnected storytelling you crave.
Right.
If you're looking for a compelling family drama, you'll find that too.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in the social and political implications of scientific advancement, there's plenty to chew on there as well.
Exactly. It's a film that operates on multiple levels, offering something for everyone while staying true to the heart of what makes the Fantastic Four so enduring.
And remember, it's just the beginning.
Right.
First Steps is setting the stage for something much bigger.
Yeah.
Something that will unfold across multiple films and potentially reshape the entire MCU.
So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride.
Sounds like it.
The future of the MCU is about to get fantastic.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And that concludes our deep dive into the Fantastic Four. First Steps.
Okay.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring all the exciting possibilities this film offers.
Remember, this is just our interpretation of the information available.
Right.
We encourage you to delve into the source material, form your own theories, and join the conversation.
Because ultimately, the most exciting journey is the one you take for yourself.
That's right.
So until next time,
Yeah.
keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the things that fascinate you.
Great advice.